Hey guys, today in the Atomic Bomb, we're going over my strategy for the German Empire. Now, the German Empire is the most powerful nation in Axis now since 1914. They have the biggest army, the biggest income, a huge navy, and a massive global overseas empire that they have to protect. And so they really are the leader of the Central Powers, and they got to make the money move. So they are the only ones that are really capable of launching offensives as the Central Powers. The Austrians, the Ottomans are just they don't have the artillery to do that. So you got to make a big move because the economic situation does not look good, and it will quickly overwhelm you. So you got to make a move quick and push using that move. And now, your position in this game is, you have to make the early moves, and you have to choose one of three strategies. You either go after France, Italy, or Russia. And now, with the France strategy, you just push on a bloodbath march till Paris. You push into Lorraine, Burgundy, Picardy, and strike for Paris. Now, I honestly don't recommend this strategy because it's a bloodbath, and even if you reach Paris, it's highly unlikely you'll be able to take it. It's going to be so well defended by the French. The British are going to be sending over tons of reinforcements, and it's going to be dicey. And if you could take it, you'll win the game because that's such a strategic objective, way more strategic than Moscow or Rome. But it's so hard, and it'll cost you so many troops. I don't recommend it. Now with Rome, it's actually pretty easy. You just swing down your forces from Munich into Rome, and with the Austrians' help, we'll be able to take out Italy. But here's why I don't recommend that strategy. Here's the thing. The Italians don't give you that much income and are not in a strategic position. They don't help you change the balance of power. Sure, it'd be nice to hold Italy, but it'd be way nicer to hold Paris or Moscow. Now, let's go on to my final strategy, Russia. Now, I actually recommend this strategy, and here's what you gotta do. You have to grab one additional territory and three territories adjacent to Moscow to get the Russian Revolution to happen, pulling Russia out of the war. It's basically the communists rise up and pull Russia out of the war. And now you can turn down the revolution. The revolution offers you an armistice, but you can keep pushing on to Moscow, and because that gives you 6 IPP, and you can also grab some other territories. Because once the revolution happens and you agree to it, you don't get to take any more Russian territory. You just keep what you have. So that is a bummer, but honestly, you're not looking for income in the east. You're looking for income in the west, and so you're just kind of trying to solve the eastern front so you can send troops to the west. That's kind of your goal here. And so actually, I'm going to do some moves as Germany, and I'll be back in just a click. I'm back from making Germany's moves, and here's what I did here. I started moving this force west. So everything you see there, that's going west. And that's actually enough to take out Russia. So I moved the Berlin stack, the Kiel stack, half of the Munich stack, and the Silesia and Prussia stack going to Russia. And so you're just going to help push in with those. And then you're also going to have help from the Austrians. But they don't actually even need to help you that much. They basically need to take out Romania and Ukraine. And that's all they need to do. You can take out Belarus, Poland, and Livonia really easily. Russia will be dead in 1, 2, or 3 turns probably. So it's actually going to really be easy to take out Russia. Now, here's the problem, the situation in the West. You don't have a ton of forces there. I sent some reinforcements, but it's mostly infantry. So you're just going to try and hold out there as long as you can, and every buy you get from now on, goes to the West. And actually, speaking of buys now, here's our buy. 2 fighters, an artillery, and 6 infantry. So that's 34 money, and you have 1 left over, and what that gets you is 2 planes, which will help get you aerial superiority, which is really, really important in this game. You split those fighters, 1 for the West, 1 for the East. And then the 6 infantry go to the western front, and the artillery you can send wherever depending on the situation. Now let's actually go to the situation down in Africa now. So you want to unite in Africa. You want to get all your forces together to hold out. If you just split your forces up and just grab income and just kind of like run around, you'll be taken out in about 2 rounds in Africa. And that sucks because then you don't tie down all these African troops. If you group up, you can probably tie down 15 African troops with just your 5 troops there. So that's actually a really good move uniting down there. And now, let's go on to your allies in this game. So Austria-Hungary doesn't have a lot of artillery, is not very technologically or economically advanced. They're good for defense, but not good for offense. So they can push into Russia barely, they can push into Italy barely, but they're going to need your help. You have to help them out. The Ottomans are even worse. Their income is just absolutely shit. They have terrible armies, terrible amounts of artillery, and they're going to get taken out quickly. So they're either going to need your help or you're going to have to leave them to die, or you can take pressure off them by attacking attacking Britain or something like that. And now let's actually go on to your enemies now. So France will push you in the west. They'll realize you're going for Russia first and try and stop that by rushing you. They're going to attack you and attack you and attack you. So you're going to have to just barely hold on and scratch your way out. And now going on to England, you've taken out their navy by the navy moves I've done there. You attack the 2 British fleets, but your fleet will be mostly destroyed. They'll buy another one. You don't want to waste money on navy. So you're just kind of giving up naval superiority to them, and they're going to squeeze the Ottomans by spending troops in India and help the French attack by sending troops to France. Now, the United States, actually, will land wherever they want. They could land in France and push you there. They could do a naval assault on one of your territories. They could land in Trieste and attack the Austrians. They could land in Italy, help the Italians. They could attack Constantinople. They could send troops to help the Russians. They can really do whatever they want. So just watch those Americans, try and figure out what they're doing, and then go to suppress that, because that is really your biggest enemy when America enters the war, because they'll have 4 turns of units built up. They'll be like fresh blood coming in after everyone's tired of years of war. And so my end game here is the Austrians have to take out Italy, right? So they help you with Russia. They send a lot of forces at Italy and use their economic superiority over Italy to take them out. So with Russia and Italy out of the war, you should be at an economic disadvantage, but just a small one, not so bad that you won't be able to continue fighting. Now from there, what you do is you make a desperate push on France. Once you've taken out Italy and Russia, send everything you have at France. Just push to Paris. And if you fail, that's the end of the game. But you gotta try your best on that final assault. Play it smart, play it strategic, and hope you win. So that's my strategy for the German Empire. Comment below what you'd have done differently. What other strategies do you have for Germany? What mistakes did I make? I probably made a few. And subscribe. See you guys soon.